What if a math teacher who hated violence became one of the deadliest snipers alive? Not because he wanted glory or fame, but because war showed up at his door and took everything he loved. This movie starts peaceful, almost boring, and then flips into one of the most intense revenge stories you've ever seen. Buckle up, because Sniper the White Raven doesn't mess around. Alright, so we're starting in a quiet Ukrainian village. Picture this. A small house, woods everywhere, total peace. Here lives Mykola, a math teacher who rides his bike to work every day, and his wife Nastia, who's an artist carving these beautiful wooden statues. They don't even have a TV. That's how disconnected they are from the chaos brewing outside. Life is simple. Life is good. Nastia even makes Mykola this little wooden angel figurine for protection, ties it to his arm like a good luck charm. Cute, right? Just wait. At school, Mykola's this super patient teacher, loved by basically everyone except this one rich kid named Avon. This dude's straight up toxic, makes fun of Mykola's clothes, his looks, everything. He's trying to provoke him, hoping Mykola snaps so he can get him fired. But Mykola? Dude doesn't even flinch. He's calm, kind, unbothered, the type of guy who wouldn't hurt a fly. Then one day at school, Mykola catches the news on the staff room TV. Russia just invaded Ukraine. Soldiers are dying. Territories being seized. It's all over the news, and suddenly everything clicks. On his bike ride that morning, he'd seen 2 soldiers smoking cigarettes in weird uniforms. He thought maybe Ukraine just changed their military gear or something. Nah. Those were Russian troops, already inside the country. His heart drops. His wife is home. Alone, he races back on his bicycle, pedaling like his life depends on it. But here's where things go completely off the rails. When he gets there, those same 2 Russian soldiers are at his house, and they're beating Nastia. Mykola tries to stop them, begs them, tells them she's pregnant. They don't care. They beat him too. Then one of them searches the house, finds nothing valuable, and decides to just burn the whole place down out of spite. Nastia sees her home going up in flames and loses it. She grabs a rock and starts attacking the soldiers. That's when one of them pulls out a gun and shoots her. Point blank. She dies instantly, along with their unborn child. Mykola collapses. His entire world just ended in seconds. 2 Ukrainian soldiers show up a bit later. They find Mykola cradling his dead wife, totally shattered. They dig a grave right there, help him bury her. And in that moment, something inside Mykola dies too. But something else is born. Rage. Pure, cold revenge. He tells those soldiers, "Take me with you. I want to join the army." They bring him to the base. The commanding officer is skeptical. This guy's a school teacher, probably a spy, right? But when Mykola explains what happened, how they murdered his pregnant wife and burned his home, the officer sees the fire in his eyes. He agrees. Mykola's in. But this is where it gets real. Training starts, and Mykola's struggling hard. He's never held a gun in his life. While other soldiers are assembling rifles in seconds, Mykola's fumbling, taking forever. Everyone's laughing at him, thinking he's a joke. The officer low-key doubts him too. One night, Mykola tells his trainer, "Don't call me Mykola anymore. Call me Raven." Everyone cracks up. The officer tells him code names aren't just given. You earn them through action. But Mykola doesn't care about the mockery. Every night while others sleep, he's out there practicing, assembling, disassembling, over and over. Then comes the announcement. They need more snipers. Mykola volunteers. More laughter. The officer tells him he's not ready. He can't even handle a basic rifle properly yet. Mykola insists. So the officer issues a challenge. Assemble the rifle in 20 seconds. Mykola blindfolds himself, disassembles the rifle, then puts it back together. In 18 seconds. Dead silence. Then applause. The officer's stunned. Mykola's in sniper training. But even here, they give him the oldest, jankiest rifle, while everyone else gets modern gear. The officer says he has to prove himself first. Fine. Mykola adapts. Training gets brutal. They have to hold position while bullets are fired near them. Anyone who flinches is out. Mykola doesn't move an inch. Then they have to shoot targets blindfolded after seeing them only once. Mykola barely misses because of his trash rifle, but everyone knows if he had proper equipment, he would have nailed it. Then comes the impossible test. Shooting targets at night using only the brief light from flares. Everyone fires and misses. But Mykola waits, uses his math skills to calculate distance and trajectory in that split second of light. He hits the target perfectly. The officer's jaw drops. No one's ever done that before. Right there, he earns his name, Raven. Training continues. Mikola pours everything into it. Finally, he graduates. The officer salutes him. Days later, they're deployed on their first real mission. Russian soldiers have taken over a checkpoint. Raven's team gets in position. Just as they're about to fire, a civilian car approaches. The Russian soldiers stop it, check passports, search the vehicle. Everything seems fine, but then they keep the passports and beat the civilians when they ask for them back. The officer gives the order. In one synchronized moment, every sniper fires. Every Russian soldier drops. Mission complete. Clean. Efficient. Back at base, Mikola notices some teammates are missing. He's told they were sent on another mission and didn't make it. Killed by a Russian sniper named Siri, allegedly the best sharpshooter Russia has. Next mission rolls around. They set up landmines and take position. Russian soldiers approach. And among them, Avon. That same kid from school who used to bully Mikola. Now he's fighting for Russia. The officer orders the shot. Mikola hesitates. This is his former student. But then he pushes emotion aside and shoots the landmines instead. Massive explosion. Avon and the others are obliterated. The officer's furious. What were you thinking? Mikola admits one of his students was in that group. The officer snaps him out of it. That wasn't your student. That was your enemy. He chose this. Over time, the officer and Mikola grow close. One day, the officer shows him a photo of his two daughters. He's never told them he's a soldier. They think he's a businessman. Even his wife keeps the secret. Mikola opens up too, tells him about Nastya. They bond over their losses. Then comes the mission that changes everything. They get intel. A group of Russian soldiers is moving through a specific route. Mikola and the officer take position. Two Russian soldiers appear, waiting for the rest of their team. And Mikola sees him, the soldier who shot his wife, right there in his scope. He asks for permission to shoot. The officer refuses. It'll blow their cover. Mikola's hands shake. This is the moment he's been waiting for. The reason he became a soldier. He asks again. The officer refuses again. Mikola snaps. He fires. The soldier drops dead. But now the Russians know their location. The officer turns to Mikola, horrified. What have you done? And that's when it happens. A single shot rings out. The officer's head snaps back. He's dead before he hits the ground. Siri got him. Mikola realizes the nightmare he just created. His reckless need for revenge just got his closest friend killed. The Russians open fire. Bombs start dropping. Mikola grabs the officer's body and retreats under heavy fire, barely making it back to base alive. He's destroyed. Blames himself completely. And now he has a new mission. Kill Siri. He gets intel on two Russian snipers and immediately deploys. Takes out one. The second one shoots him in the arm, but even wounded, Mikola kills him too. He retreats to recover. Then he gets the call. They've located Siri. Back at base, the major briefs everyone. Siri is a legend. Never missed a shot. Killed 6 of Ukraine's top snipers. Uploads kill videos to social media to crush Ukrainian morale. He doesn't move positions. He hunts from one spot and waits for you to come to him. The plan? 2-team assault. Team 1 attacks from the front to draw attention. Team 2 flanks from behind. During the chaos, Mikola infiltrates the building and kills Siri. They execute. Snipers take position. Mikola sneaks into the building, silently killing 2 Russian soldiers. He signals his team. They open fire, dropping Russians left and right. Siri notices his men aren't responding. He goes to the roof and finds his spotter dead. Panic sets in. He's surrounded. He radios for backup. They tell him 10 minutes. He rushes back to his position, scanning for threats. Then he sees it. A small wooden angel statue on the table in front of him. Nastya's statue. Mikola left it there. Before Siri can react, Mikola attacks. They struggle. Mikola stabs him to death. Brutal. Personal. Final. Another Russian sniper in the building hears the fight. Mikola throws a grenade. Problem solved. Backup arrives, unaware Siri's already dead. They try radioing him. Mikola answers, "You're all going to die." He shoots the driver. Chaos erupts. Russians bail out of the truck, right into a kill box. Ukrainian snipers light them up. It's a massacre. So what does it all mean? Mikola avenged his wife. He killed the soldier who shot her. He killed Siri, who murdered the officer. He fulfilled every promise he made. But at what cost? He lost his family, his peace, his old life. War turned a gentle math teacher into a killing machine. The movie ends with Mykola visiting Nastia's grave, swearing to keep fighting for Ukraine until his last breath. He walks away. The war continues. Roll credits. Here's my take on this movie. Sniper: The White Raven hits different because it's not your typical action flick. It's a tragedy disguised as a revenge thriller. The action is intense, the sniper sequences are high-key suspenseful, and that whole blindfolded rifle assembly scene? Chef's kiss. But what makes this movie stick with you is the emotional weight. You watch this man lose everything and transform into something he never wanted to be. The film doesn't glorify war, it shows how it destroys people. Mykola gets his revenge, sure, but he's hollow inside. The pacing can feel slow in spots, and some side characters could have used more development, but honestly, the raw emotion carries it. Who should watch this? If you're into war dramas with heart, sniper tactics, or stories about ordinary people pushed to extraordinary and dark places, this is a no-brainer. It's not a popcorn action movie, it's heavy, it's real, and it'll stay in your head long after it's over. Final word, this movie proves that sometimes the deadliest weapon isn't the rifle, it's a man with nothing left to lose.